Hey there friends, how are you today? My name is Danielle. Welcome to the channel if you are brand new. I love to talk all about affordable living and intentional homemaking, and today on the channel I thought it would be fun to kind of go back into the archives and find my top 10 favorite thrifted items over my time here on YouTube and then show you how I have styled them over the years. Now, because we have only been in this house for a few months, it hasn't quite been a year yet. A lot of my thrift finds are from the old house, so you're going to see sort of like throwback to our previous home. I loved the finds that I had got in there, and some of my styled portions are also from that house, because even though I've styled a lot of my thrift finds in this house as well, some of my favorite ways I've ever styled some of those pieces were at the old house. So you're going to see a little bit of a blend, things that I thrifted mostly at that house, a few things I've thrifted while I've been here, how I've styled them both here and at that house. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. It's something a little different for me, although I show you how I style thrifted items all the time and things that I thrift all of the time. This was kind of like a fun way to sort of see some of my best hits, some of my favorite items that I've gotten thus far. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So the very next piece that I grabbed was this gorgeous Fault Graph like crock. She's really cute. She's got a nice amount of space in there. This was $3. I have some of this collection already. I actually have one of the pieces that I'd gotten, which was also like a mini crock. I put some basil in it. It's on my windowsill in my kitchen right now. So I thought this would be so sweet going along with that. And I have been wanting to replace sort of I'm calling it my sugar bowl, but it's like bigger than a sugar bowl. It's almost like a full crock like this, but it's not really my style anymore. And I've been wanting to replace it for quite a long time because I bake a lot, so I like to have flour and sugar on my countertops. I thrifted the most gorgeous pottery piece for my flour. It's my favorite piece that I have thrifted probably in a really long time, and I wanted something really beautiful to kind of not go with it like super matchy, but like accent it very nicely. So I thought this was so sweet. I think it'll look absolutely gorgeous next to my flour pitcher. And then, like I said, when I'm baking and cooking and doing all of those things, I can throw my sugar in here. It'll be super easy to just pour it out, do some wonderful baking with that. So I can't wait to get this all cleaned up and onto my countertop. So before I move on to the next thrifted item, I want to take a minute to thank Bob and Brad for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If you have never heard of Bob and Brad before, they're fellow YouTubers as well as physical therapists, and they have a phenomenal channel that shows you how to take care of all of your aches and pains. Like the other day, I was on there researching how to get rid of some shoulder pain, and just the exercises that they come up with are just super duper helpful. They also have a fantastic product line to support your physical therapy journey as well. So they have the best massage gun, they have foot massagers, back massagers, but today we're specifically going to talk about the Eye Oasis eye massager. I have struggled with debilitating migraines for the past 30 years, and this product brings so much relief when the pressure is just excruciating from a migraine. The Eye Oasis eye massager uses both heating and cooling technologies to relax the tension in my face, which is amazing. This product has been expertly designed by the physical therapists Bob and Brad. It combines heat, compression, and has a removable cooling eye mask. This provides effortless relief from eye strain, dryness, puffiness, and headaches. There are 3 levels of compression and 2 levels of heat settings so that you can completely customize your comfort. The gel mask can be chilled for 30 to 40 minutes in the freezer for some soothing relief, and it can be used with the massager, or it can just be a standalone eye mask, which is so glorious. You can enjoy a quiet, relaxing experience with both built-in white noise and music, or you can just connect it to your Bluetooth and listen to your favorite playlist. It's super relaxing. The mask truly does it all. The cooling eye mask is super helpful with like reducing tiredness and puffiness in your eyes. It's sort of like those under eye patches, like that's the feeling of the gel in here. And I love this because unlike the under eye masks where they're one and done, you have to throw them out and then you have to keep buying them, this is a one-time purchase and then you have it forever. And listen, with affordability, I am all about it. Things that I can reuse over and over again, that is my jam entirely. As a busy stay-at-home mom of 2 little toddlers, it is really nice to have such a relaxing experience. I'm not even kidding. When I was recording the clips for this video, I actually forgot that I was recording for a second and just kind of completely zenned out and the camera just kept rolling and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm recording something. It is such a relaxing spa-like experience. I love that the mask is easily foldable and fits right into this pouch. It makes it really great for storage, or if you want to travel with it, it is great to take places as well. And like I said earlier, I struggle with migraines for the longest time, so having this like really nice light pulsing action on my temples is a relief that is completely unmatched by any other product. So if you'd like to purchase your very own eye oasis, Bob and Brad have given my subscribers a fun discount of 10% off. So just click the link in the description below and use the code BOBBRADEM10 to get that much closer to your next spa experience. That's Bob Brad, capital E, capital M 10. And thank you again, Bob and Brad, for sponsoring this portion of today's video. Now let's get back into the thrift finds. The next thing I grabbed, I'm actually super duper excited about this because I had something else in my hands at the store and then I saw this and I put the other thing back and I grabbed this instead. But look at this gorgeous basket. I thought this detail was just absolutely stunning. I love all the rattan in here. It's like so bulky. It's so decorative. There's so much that you could do with this. I instantly grabbed this and then grabbed this picture and thought like, how sweet would they be styled together? I just think there's so much that you can do with this. I love to have baskets around the house for books, for all sorts of different things. And there is so many amazing things that I could do with this. I have this sweet little trunk at the edge of our bed that I thought this would look really cute on, or just all sorts of things. Maybe I will throw it up on our wardrobe over there and stylize it when I'm redoing this room. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it yet, but I know that it's absolutely gorgeous and it will look so lovely in this house. I love the lighter color of the wood and I just thought it was stunning. So this cost me $6.49 at Goodwill and I can't wait to style this sweet little piece up. But the first thing that I found, I actually just found this the other week, actually. My family was up from Florida visiting, and we went on a couple of thrift adventures, and I saw this painting, and I just thought it was so beautiful. It is a real painting. It has no glass in front of it. It's got, you can see like all of the, hopefully you can see all the different brush strokes and stuff. I love seeing things like that when I look at real paintings. I think that they're just absolutely beautiful. And I just kept walking past this item. Have you ever had that experience where you go into a store, whether it's a store or a thrift store or whatever, and you see something and it just catches your eye and you just keep like walking past it back and forth? That's 100% what I did with this painting. I just thought it was so beautiful and not really a spring painting. I probably won't put this up immediately, but I just thought this was such a beautiful fall, like scape fall picture. And I thought this would be really wonderful to have up in the house when my fall decor comes out. And when you go thrifting, it's one of those things where it's like when you find something, you have to grab it because you're never going to see it again, or you might not see it for a really long time, or it could be something that is super unique. So that's how I felt about this painting. I just thought it was beautiful. It was $5.99 at Goodwill, and I'm really happy that I picked this one up. Okay, so the item that I found that was super duper exciting was this old galvanized metal sink. I love this piece. It is so stinking neat. Like I said, I saw it from like a mile away. We were wandering around different yard sales and whatnot. We were actually like slow driving by the different yard sales because we had the boys in the car with us. But I saw this piece from like up the street and I was like, oh my goodness, we absolutely have to stop and see that. I would love to take this and put it in our yard and add a lot of dirt into it and whatnot and turn it into a beautiful planter with just some fun, whimsical feel to it. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing with this piece. I saw it, like I said, at a yard sale. I don't know if I said this already, but it was $20, which I thought was a fantastic piece for a double metal sink. And we can use this over the years. My thought is that we can use it for, we got flowers for it for this year to make it really pretty, but like in the future, we could also use it as an herb garden. I'm not 110% sure what we're going to do with it in the future, but for this season at least, we are absolutely going to be using it for flowers. I got a ton of flowers from a bunch of different locations earlier this morning, so I'm going to plant this guy up and I'm going to bring you guys along as we flip this guy into a beautiful planter. The very next piece that I grabbed was this gorgeous creamer. It is a glass creamer. I talked about this, I think, in my very last thrift haul, but I have been somebody who's been very interested in thrifting glassware lately. I have never been a big glassware thrifter. I'm really drawn to more pottery pieces like the last piece that I just showed you. Stuff that is like, have beautiful colors or textures to it. But I've been finding glass to be so lovely. And the thing that I enjoy about glass is it kind of gives you the silhouette, the shape of an item without really bulk filling a space. So it's kind of almost like a neutral piece that gives you depth but doesn't really give you too much, like it's right in the middle there. And I just thought that this piece was so incredibly lovely. It's so delicate. I love all the kind of ruffles around the edges here. It's so beautiful. I think this is going to be great to either be used like for syrup, for because we heat up our syrup when we're like having pancakes or waffles or whatever, using it for syrup, or creamer if I'm having friends over for some coffee or tea or whatnot. I think this will be absolutely beautiful, and it can also be used as decor as well. I've talked about this a million times on my channel, but I love to thrift pieces that are both beautiful but also functional. I want to be able to use something. I don't want to just have this is my decorative pieces that just kind of sit there and aren't ever actually used. I want to use my decor as well. So I think this is absolutely lovely. This was $3, and I can't wait to get this into my rotation of beautiful things that I use on a regular basis. So the very next thing that I picked up, I also got in Berlin, and I did not get it from a thrift store. I got it from this gorgeous botanical store in the center of town. It is probably my most favorite store in the entire town. It's gorgeous. It's been there for several years. I know I've personally been shopping there for like maybe 5 or 6 years now. And they always have gorgeous like plants, both dried florals and fresh florals to put out in your home. But she also is great at curating all sorts of different home decor as well. And this is not like, I didn't get this from a thrift store. I got this from the Botanical store, but it's definitely a thrifted vintage item. It is a vintage botanical print, and it is of this beautiful lake with these gorgeous like mallards on it. And I saw this, and first of all, mallards are like those like duck decoy mallards are actually like a big part of my family growing up. My grandfather had them all over his house, and it absolutely reminded me of him. And so I got this kind of in paying homage to him. He passed away earlier in the year, and it just made me think of him 100%. But also I know that like these are kind of getting in right now. Like as soon as I saw this print, I immediately thought of Kristen Hoffman, and I was like, she would be so jealous of this print. If you do not know who that is, she's another YouTuber. She has a fantastic channel where she's always thrifting, so definitely go check her out. But I thought this was such a gorgeous print, so I love this. I think it'll look beautiful up in that bathroom, and I can't wait to get it hung up. So the very next thing that I grabbed at Goodwill was this adorable pillowcase. I just couldn't get over the fabric. It's very granny chic. I feel like I'm in my granny chic era, and I'm not even mad about it. It's been super fun season, but it just goes so lovely. I feel like with this farmhouse, it's definitely a hand sewn item. You can tell that it was done by someone. It was not like a mass-produced manufactured item. So that's actually what I really loved about it. I love finding like kind of one-of-a-kind made on their own sort of items. I have some pillows that I could swap out for this, and it would look really lovely just either in this room. I'm just thrifting for our bedroom, or downstairs on our couch, or even in our library. If you didn't know, we've been slowly updating this house as we purchased it. We redid the floors first. I will link that video below if you are new here and want to catch up. We've been doing some lovely renovations, modifications to this house as we moved in. And one of the things that we've been working on since we moved in is what we're calling our library. It's our family room. It came with these gorgeous bookshelves. I really, really love that space. We have it, I would say 95% done. We had it done enough for the holidays. So for Thanksgiving and Christmas, my husband took a little break, but we do want to paint one more area, and then we are going to move all of our books into the beautiful bookcases. I just think this would look gorgeous in there. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe if you are new around here, and give this video a thumbs up, because I'm going to be showing that coming up really, really soon, sort of the transformation of that room. We've been working on it for quite a while, and I personally really love it. I think it's beautiful, but this will look gorgeous in that space or just on our couch for the spring season. I love the deep blues and all the tans. So gorgeous, totally my vibe. And this was $1.99. Okay, so the next thing that he grabbed me, and I was super duper excited for this. I did see it and like point it out, so he didn't just grab it on his own, but he was very excited to grab it for me. It was this gorgeous soup tureen. I thought it was so beautiful. It was only $4. It's so stunning. It has this gorgeous lid. I loved all the design in it. And then also in the actual tureen came the little soup spoon. This doesn't have a formal stamp. It just has like an inscription on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. It says SM, maybe SMC or just SM, but I thought it was absolutely stunning. We do a lot of soups and stews in the wintertime. I love to cook and bake, so there's a lot of that going on in this channel. But I love to have different soups and stews, and I thought this would be such a lovely way to kind of have that out for everybody, all sorts of fun different meals that I could prep and put into this. I love things that are not only beautiful, I love things that are not only beautiful, but super functional as well. So if I'm going to buy a piece like this, it's because I actually want to use it and get a lot of use out of it. So I think it'll look gorgeous on the shelf when I'm not using it, but I think it will also look gorgeous on our dining room table when we're having like a nice soup for dinner. So I was really excited to get this and pick this up. And my friend Angie over at the Bumblebee Farmhouse, she actually had gotten a couple of videos ago, she had been doing some thrifting and she got a gorgeous soup tureen like this. And I was like so inspired by that. If you've not checked out her channel, absolutely go check her out. Like I said, Angie, the Bumblebee Farmhouse, her house is adorable. I absolutely love it. But she had gotten some amazing pieces like this as well. That's all my inspiration that I got. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I want that. I saw that in Angie's video and I saw that I wanted something just like it. So I thought this was beautiful. I can't wait to start using it. We actually had soup for dinner on Sunday night and my husband was like, hey, why is this not in a soup tureen? I was like, I have to film a video with it first. Then I will absolutely be using it. So I'm excited to start getting this on the table for the winter time. right, then the next thing that I found at the thrift store was a picture frame. I was actually looking for a different style of picture frame, and I came upon this one. And I like to actually order prints off of Etsy, and they're usually like $2.99, $3.99, something like that. To have them printed out at my local CVS, and then I will throw them in nice frames around the house. I feel like it gives a really easy seasonal touch without having to spend a whole lot of money on like seasonal piece of decor. But I found this frame. I just thought it was so stinking beautiful. I love the gold. I normally would take something like this and throw a little bit of rub and buff on it, but I don't even think it needs it. I think it's so pretty. So I already ordered a couple of really nice fall prints. I could do it like this or like this. I bought fall prints in both directions. So I'm gonna be printing those out really soon. I like to do that whole Mod Podge thing to kind of make it look like an actual painting, and I'm gonna stick it in here and put it, I don't know, maybe on my kitchen shelves, maybe on my entryway. When you like first come in, I have like a radiator here that I do like a lot of decorating on for this season. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I really thought it was beautiful, and I think it will look gorgeous in my fall decor with that like lovely kind of goldish kind of color. So the very first thing that I grabbed when I went shopping was this gorgeous cutting board. I do not believe that it is a vintage cutting board. It doesn't feel like a vintage cutting board, but it is super duper thick. I loved the different woods that they put together. Like you can obviously tell when you see a cutting board that it is a lot of different woods. Like you can see in the line where they like kind of put them all together, glue them together, and then cut it down to a board, which makes it absolutely beautiful. This has obviously been well loved. But one of the things that I really liked about it was the handle. I really love it. And here's the thing. I have been looking for a really good wood cutting board for a long time. I have always tend to lean toward getting plastic cutting boards because they're more affordable, but they also wear down super quick. So I'm spending all this money replacing the plastic cutting board, and I was just like, just forget it. I'll look for a good wood cutting board. But then I saw this beauty and it was $1. I love finding good deals like this. I couldn't even believe it. I picked it up immediately and was like, this is coming home with me. It already has that like very well loved, like chopped up look. But what I love about a good wood cutting board is when you're kind of like feeling all those lines, they're not evenly like heavily indented into the cutting board. So like with the plastic ones are like engraved, and that's not the case with this. It's so lovely. So I'm really excited to start using this. We cook and bake a lot in this house. So using really nice high quality cooking and baking utensils, items, whatever it might be, is really, really important to me. So I can't wait to get this bad boy into my kitchen. Now, I know I didn't have a lot of clips filmed of my cutting board, sort of styled, if you will, but that's because I kind of just have it sitting there. It's not doing anything like super fancy or anything, but it is a much loved, much used product. I use it every single day. I really, truly love it. And it sits on my countertop all of the time. So that's where that hangs out. I want to thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video and just following along with me with my top 10 favorite thrifted items. If you like this kind of video, let me know in the comments down below. This was super fun to put together. I loved kind of watching the old videos. I loved watching little clips of my kids when they were like younger, because some of these were like a year or two ago. And when you have babies, when you have toddlers, they just grow so fast. So it was fun to watch through all of that old footage. But I'm really grateful to have you all here. Let me know in the comments below if this is a video that you really enjoy, and definitely go to the link in my description. Head over to Bob and Brad to get your very own eye oasis. It seriously is such a relaxing spa-like experience. You can have a spa in your very own house, and I would totally recommend it. Also, I have been sort of on the down low deciding to add an extra video to my week's lineup that's more garden centered, because honestly, this was not like a gardening channel when I started it. So gardening is not like high performing in the algorithm for me, but I love gardening and I have so much footage of us gardening and what we're doing to the yard. So I think I'm just kind of adding like sort of like a low-key extra video if I can throughout the different weeks. On Thursdays, I'm going to try to post some gardening content as well. So be on the lookout for that. I am going to see if I'm going to have something up for this Thursday. I have tons of footage, so if I can get it edited on time, I will have it up for you on Thursday as well. But I normally post every single Sunday things that are affordable living and intentional homemaking. I really love having you guys here on the channel. Subscribe if you are new. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next week. Have an amazing week, my friends. Bye.